8:17 with the morning majority. Brian Neiman, Sherry Jacobus is in for Mary Catherine this morning. Brian Wilson. Pleased to be joined now by the Attorney General of Virginia, Ken Cuccinelli, who also wants to be the next governor of Virginia. Mr. Attorney General, good morning.
Good morning to both Brians and Mary.
Mary Catherine's off. Sherry Jacobus is in. All right, so you tell me what this decision to run for governor. Why do you think that you should be the next governor of Virginia?
Well, first of all, you should know that this is going to not move very quickly because we've got the 2012 election, which is a priority. But we were sort of forced by Post reporting speculation as fact. I'm sure that will shock you.
Yeah.
And I had decided to run for governor, but I certainly hadn't planned to do anything else they put in their article. So we were stuck with the decision of, all right, do we try to put the genie back in the bottle, or do we just, go with Plan B, which is let people know the answer is yes, and then move ahead.
All right, well,
we did the latter, and the rationale has been really building over a series of months. A lot of little things. I will tell you that as Attorney General, you get to look into every single agency. They're all my clients. I see what's working and what isn't. There's a lot that isn't. It's actually kind of surprising to me sometimes that we're the top-rated, top-managed state in the country. I shake my head for all the other states. But we have things we need to change in an awful lot of areas. I've been focusing on fighting healthcare fraud. We've been growing that and being more aggressive in that area than anyone before us. We've expanded our gang efforts, and there's a lot more to do there. And as I assist the governor and the General Assembly in a lot of their duties, particularly as the governor wrestles with the federal government, there are a lot of different courses I think we could take for some of these agencies to be a lot more productive and efficient.
Your name was mentioned as a possible candidate for Senate as well. You decided not to run for Senate, but you are going to run for governor. Why did you not decide not to go Senate? Did you ever think about that?
I did think about it. And that was the last article the Post ran as speculation as fact. And, I guess if you speculate long enough, you'll hit something that's correct.
Yes.
But that's very attractive to me because of the issues I'm dealing with as the Attorney General. But the knowledge I'm gaining, the insight I'm gaining, and what I see that I can do more for Virginia is in the role of governor, and so that's what made that choice for me. We'll see how things go over the next 2 years, but like I said, the next 1 year is really going to be mostly about electing a Republican president, because I really think the downside of a re-election for this president is just more enormous than we can imagine.
Mr. Attorney General, there's a sense by some that people sort of wait their turn, and that Lieutenant Governor Bill Bolling sat out, and he wanted to run for governor last time, so maybe it's his turn. Certainly no one is owed this, and good primary fights are good to have, in my view, but how do you counter that for some folks that might be concerned that, you should wait your turn, so to speak?
Well, I said a long time ago that if we were ever going to go this way, that was not going to be a consideration. If the Republican Party is going to be the party of free markets and free competition, then we need to practice what we preach. And practicing what we preach is often a problem for both political parties. And but I'm going to do it. And so for those folks who believe in succession, they will presumably not support me. I can live with that. But we'll see. At the end of the day, I think more Republicans are interested in winning, and they're interested in strong conservative leadership, and I certainly bring that to the table.
Now, right now, there's supposed to be a primary to make this decision, and in the past there have been conventions in the Commonwealth of Virginia. I read somewhere that Republicans were gathering this past weekend, and some of them wanted to revisit that decision. I mean, obviously, you think a primary would favor you, right?
Well, I think we're going to win either way. And I'm not too concerned about that. One is a lot more expensive than another because there's a lot more television, et cetera, in a primary than there is in a convention.
Right.
A lot more focused, and it's a different kind of campaign. But I will say that in 2009, I had competition for the Attorney General's nomination. It was in a convention for two guys who ran very substantive campaigns, John Brownlee and Dave Foster, and because we focus so cleanly on the issues, we debated each other all around Virginia. I won the nomination, and then I moved ahead against a guy who hadn't had to compete for his nomination, and frankly, he was not as well prepared. There are advantages to competition, and we benefited from that in 2009 in my race, whereas everybody else recognizes there are clearly benefits. Bob McDonnell used his time unopposed in 2009 to prepare very well. So I acknowledge there are benefits of each direction, but I just don't think that rolling over for an uncompetitive process is good for the party.
Okay, well, judging from
and more importantly, it's not good for Virginia.
Yeah, judging from reviews of your help with Fox News and the forum the other night, perhaps you could get a job in media asking questions of candidates.
I'm not sure the candidates would like that, but when even the New York Times comes out and says, well, even though it was a Republican debate, it was the most substantive one so far. That's high praise from a low authority. So that's pretty good. And I was very interested in the forum and the way it was laid out. I thought it was much more substantive than what's gone before. As a left brain guy, I was an engineer before I became a lawyer, and I really focus in on the real concepts and how they play out in the real world rather than a lot of the rhetoric. And I think while we were not universally successful, these candidates are awfully good in some cases at dodging questions.
Yeah, they are.
We got a lot deeper than anybody else has on a lot more substance. And as Pam Bondi said, AG from Florida, we heard more about the Constitution in this one debate than we have in all the other ones combined.
All right, Mr. Attorney General, good to have you on the program. Thanks as always.
Thank you, sir.
My pleasure. Good to talk to you.